ready to get this one started, and we are underway from Minneapolis. And the opening kickoff will not be returned, as that will be a touchback. They play fake to Elliott. Now Prescott. Man open. That's complete to Dalton Schultz. And past the 40 before he's out of bounds. An early statement on the game's first play. 18 yards and a first down. Prescott now. Forced out to his left. That's caught again by Schultz. Now he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. From Viking territory now, they'll come up 1st and 10 at the 34. Now Prescott. He'll get this out wide here to Elliott. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. The catch and run there, good for 16 and a first. Here's the first carry for Ezekiel Elliott. He'll get forward for 3 down to the 16-yard line.
Well, that call makes sense because they've been throwing it well on this drive, and once again they show passing formation, showing a shotgun. Then they ran out of it. That's a nice play by them defensively, though, to hold it to a short gain.
Elliott going to get it again on 2nd down. Zeke with it, and he is into the end zone for a Cowboy touchdown. Ezekiel Elliott, a 16-yard touchdown run. And the Cowboys are on the board first here this afternoon. Extra point by Marr, up and good. And that makes the score 7-0. 5 plays there on that drive. And it culminates in a touchdown run by Ezekiel Elliott. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully. Cousins and the Vikings with a 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. And the throw left sideline here is caught, but they'll rule it incomplete. Couldn't keep his feet in. 2nd down. So following the incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from the 25. Cousins. Open man is Osborne. He's got it. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. So from Cowboy territory now, here's 1st and 10 at the 47. Now Cousins. A fight for it, and this is caught. 39 yards there, a big one.
I think this defense was still trying to recover from that last play, so you wonder if they were ready for this one. You have to imagine their defensive coaches are yelling at them to get focused, because if they don't, more plays like that will result in giving up points.
They'll run with Cook, and they'll be driven back here, losing yardage to the 9. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down.
An interesting and intriguing decision there defensively, because they kept extra DBs on the field despite seeing the multiple tight end look that came out for the offense.
I thought they were going to switch out of it. I didn't know if they felt they didn't have time or what the case was.
Well, in any event, the extra speed allowed for great penetration as they
touchdown! Dalvin Cook, a 9-yard touchdown grab. And the Vikings are able to match the opening drive touchdown against them with one of their own. Joseph connects on the extra point, and we are tied at 7. That time, 75-yard drive, 5 plays. And the final act of the drive was the touchdown catch by Dalvin Cook. Each team's had it. Each team has scored. 7-7 here as the kick's away. And he'll elect not to return this one, so they'll bring it out to the 25 on the touchback. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown on their last time out, looking to repeat that in Charles' defense. They were very frustrated after giving up 6 the last time on the field.
And frankly, it's just a battle of wills in a lot of ways because you know they're both motivated, they both game plan for this drive, and they both have specific outcomes in mind. To me, it just comes down to who can execute better and which side can step up and assert its will over the other.
When people talk about plays being blown up, that's exactly what they're talking about. That's Exhibit A for physical play.
On third down, it's Prescott. He finds his target. It's Schultz. And he gets this up to the 34 out of bounds there. So the completion good for 6 yards. And that's going to bring up a 4th down. Anger is on to punt, and he gets this one away. And this returnable for Rager. 44-yard punt, return of 9. And it will be Vikings ball, 1st and 10. The Vikings taking the field here for their second drive of the game. A long drive last time out for this offense, Charles. If you remember, they started basically in the shadows of their own end zone, marched it down the field, and a lot of that was through the passing game.
And partner, as a former defensive back, I'm having almost a
touchdown, Vikings! Adam Thielen, 70 yards, and the Vikings have taken the lead. Joseph connects on the extra point, and that makes the score 14-7. Well, the offense wasn't out there for a long time, but they were out there for a good time. One play, and they're able to hit pay. Joseph tees it up to kick off following the touchdown. And this will be a touchback, so they'll bring it out to the 25. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. Charles, a very uninspired effort. The last time we saw them out there was a quick 3-and-out, then they punted the football.
Yeah, and you never want to get stopped so soundly during a series, but what would be even worse now is letting it happen again right here. They've got to get going.
The big play to start him out has him at the 45 already. To throw is Prescott. Over the middle, hauled in by Lamb. And he's going to be taken down right at the 40-yard line. Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on 1st down. Prescott being chased out left. He finds his man complete. It's Schultz. And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or 2 shy of the 10. Now a 1st and 10 at the 11. Throwing, Prescott. And the throw left sideline here is caught, but they'll rule it incomplete. Couldn't keep his feet in. 2nd down. On 2nd down, Elliott. And he'll get this one down to about the 10-yard line. They do get a yard there, but only a yard. Leaves them with 3rd and 9 looming. They'll come to the line here needing 9 yards to pick up the 1st. Prescott from the gun on 3rd. And this pass broken up. The contact well timed there. And now 4th down. On 4th down, Prescott goes off, and on comes the Cowboy kicker, Brett Maher, for the field goal try. From the left hash, should be a fairly easy one here. The kick by Maher is good. And they'll cut the lead back down to 4 now at 14-10. So they're able to end that drive with 3 points in this one-possession ball game.
And ideally, you want to end every drive with points. Most quarterbacks would tell you, let's end it with a kick, right? A PAT, that's number 1. Field goal you'll take. Punts, you really don't want to do that. In this case, they'll take the field goal and get prepared for the rest of the game.
Minnesota's offense takes over possession. Well, partner, you know, coaches always say that every play is designed to score a touchdown. Sometimes that's not really true, but last drive, that was the case. One play to get into the end zone, and now they'll try to duplicate that success here.
And it's rare for those moments to happen. Incredible when they do. And you saw the celebration. Pure, unbridled joy after that one.
And that is incomplete. Oh, the coverage a little too good there, and it's 2nd down. Cousins gives way to Cook. He takes this for 3 to the 29.
Well, that's a good start to this drive on the defensive side of the ball.
Force the incompletion on first down. Then you're able to shut down the running play on second.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised now. A little bit of pressure going at the quarterback in an expected passing situation.
On third down, Cousins. And this is going to be caught, but they'll say out of bounds. So it's incomplete. A little too much extracurricular there.
When you have a game with a lot of contact, tensions are going to run pretty high. You're going to be emotional, but you have to harness it somehow, and he didn't on that play.
After the penalty, a fresh set of downs. It's 1st and 10. Off the play fake, Cousins. That is caught by Thielen. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. Call that a very strong gain of 24. Under a minute to go, clock running, and a back-and-forth first quarter of play. On play action, Cousins on the move to his left. He's going to find Jefferson open downfield. And he is out of bounds right around the 10-yard line. 2 chunk plays in a row. The last one was over 20 yards, and so is this one. So not quite a 1st and goal. It's 1st and 10 from the 10. They'll try the middle with Cook. And he'll be brought down here at the 3-yard line. It's a gain of 7 on the ground. 2nd down coming up.
A nice run here early on. It doesn't take a great play caller to realize you want to establish a guy of his caliber with runs like this early because they'll pay dividends as the game progresses.
Now receiver in motion left. Throwing on 2nd and 3. Cousins. It's caught in the end zone. Touchdown, Minnesota. Kirk Cousins with 3 touchdown passes now in the afternoon. And they are able to add on to their advantage. Joseph connects on the extra point, and that makes it a 21-10 game. We are in for a good one as we're through one on EA Sports. And he'll decide to not bring this one out as their drive will begin at the 25. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. Their drive last time, it stalled out. They were forced to take the short field goal.
And the key phrase, you nailed it. Forced to, because you know coaches look at these short field goals as a last resort, right? To them, that's not how drives are supposed to end. You're supposed to put 6 on the board. That's a consolation prize, like going to the county fair. You don't get the big stuffed animal on that one, do you?
No, you don't go top shelf. That's bottom shelf material. And he gets this up across the 35 before he's out of bounds. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. A first down carry by Elliott. And he can only man coming up. Well, we talk about defenders, specifically linebackers, keeping their eyes in the right spot. He had that eye down the entire time.
And you know that's not easily done because they throw a lot of misdirection at you. They try and fool you and get your eyes in the wrong place. But you're right about that one. He correctly figured that one out and made a really nice play.
On the move past the 40. And this is going to turn into another first down as the tackle is made at the Vikings 36. Inside give to Elliott. And nothing much materializing there on the first down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it. The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. Now Prescott. And he's going to be taken down. Pressure gets there back at the 39-yard line. Well, Zadarius Smith there getting in and bringing him to the ground. They'll need a big play here. Will Dak and the Cowboys after the sack. It's 3rd and long. Here's Prescott. That one complete to Elliott. And he'll be brought down at the 34, well short of the first down marker. 5 yards, not enough, and it'll be 4th down. Marr able to put this one through, and that'll make this an 8-point game. These kickers now, it's like we take them for granted. Kicks like that used to be such a big deal, and now you just expect them to make it.
Yeah, you're exactly right, and we shouldn't take them for granted, but I have a theory about it. You want to hear it?
Yep.
They are more athletic now than ever before. Talk about kickers. Trace their backgrounds, trace their histories. You'll find that they were big-time athletes all along, but their kicking was so prevalent that we made them specialists.
Well, and now those 50-plus yarders seem easy for some reason. And now out comes Minnesota. Right now, everything they touch turns to gold. This is their 4th possession. Touchdowns on their first 3 possessions. I mean, this defense, they can't seem to stop them. It's like they're on skates.
Great analogy, Brandon, because they are pushing them back and winning everything at the line of scrimmage. They've just been laying down tracks towards the opposite end zone. So to themselves, all they're saying is, if we don't make a mistake, there's no way they can stop us.
Finding room at midfield. Down the sideline he goes. Touchdown, Vikings. KJ Osborne, 75 yards. And the Vikings are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. Joseph connects on the extra point, and the lead is up to 15 now. Now Joseph tees it up to kick off following the touchdown. And there will not be a return here. It's a touchback, and it'll come out to the 25-yard line. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. Last time out, you remember their drive stalled, but thanks to their kicker, booted a long field goal to at least get them 3. Now here they'll try to do better and find the end zone.
And in our experience, how much fun is it for coaches to know that they've got a kicker who can nail it from long distance? Now, the hard part is, as an offensive play caller, you don't want that in your head too much where you're relying on it, and he goes out and gets the job done for them. But I'm quite sure he would be content to just kick extra points from here on out.
Yeah, absolutely no question. I think his teammates would be okay with him just kicking the extra points as well. And this is going to be incomplete.
Let's face it, if you want to get back into the game, these are the kind of throws you got to hit. He's wide open right there. Got to be able to get it to him, don't you think?
And those are the throws that haven't been available to them every time he's dropped a pass. Yeah, that's a big miss. It's a 40-yard punt, 4 yards on the return. And the Vikings will take over here, 1st and 10. Minnesota's offense takes over possession. Charles, this offense, they've been on a roll. 2 drives ago, they scored. Remember, last drive was that one-play touchdown strike, so now they're looking to make it 3 for 3.
You know, I talked to a Hall of Famer one time about, hey, when you're on defense and these types of things are happening to you, what goes through your mind? And he told me at that point, it's not about schemes. It's not about what's called from the sideline. It's about players. Who's going to make a play, make a stand, and stop this offense from doing what they've been doing?
They start the drive with Cook. And he'll bring it up here to right at the 40-yard line.
On any explosive run, you can almost feel the ground shaking, and that's from the offensive linemen creating space for their runners. I had an old coach tell me before, they always told his runners, run around the offensive line in pregame. Get used to the ground shaking so you don't trip and fall when it happens in a game.
They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a 1st down.
2nd and inches is oftentimes an invitation for an offense coordinator to take a big shot downfield because he feels like he can come back on 3rd down and pick up the 1st down. But sometimes you just don't want to break tendency. Stay with what you are, stay with who you know, and go get the 1st down. That's exactly what they did.
That one goes for 24 yards.
That was good protection there. No, that was great protection there because it allowed him to lock in on his receiver, although I think he was looking for his tight end on the corner route all the way. Nice connection there for a really nice gain.
And he'll toss this one incomplete. Seeing no options, he throws it away.
Nice progress down the field was halted by that incompletion. They could try for some safe yards here to get things moving again, or keep throwing it and pushing it downfield to try and pick up bigger yardage.
On 2nd down, Cook. And he'll follow his blockers there all the way down to the 23-yard line. It's a gain of 11 as the Vikings pick up the 1st. Following the good run by Cook, here's another 1st and 10. Throwing, Cousins. And a penalty flag comes in as that one winds up incomplete, but the contact is going to move the ball well downfield. So the pass incomplete in the end zone, but the flag comes out for interference.
And now you're set up right on the doorstep of the goal line. 1 yard away changes what your play calls are going to be.
And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. That's going to go as a loss of 1 on first down. Back at the 2 now. Here's 2nd and goal. Cook trying to get to the goal line, but he's going to be stopped just short at the 1. A couple extra tight ends are in. 3rd and goal from the 1. And he'll get in. Touchdown, Minnesota. Dalvin Cook with his 2nd touchdown here in this first half. And the Vikings are able to widen their lead here in this first half. Joseph connects on the extra point, and the lead opens up now to 22 points. Now Joseph tees it up to kick off following the touchdown. And they'll put up the stop sign there as his guys will get it at the 25. And now Dallas gets set to take the field. The defense got the better of them last series, forcing a punt. See if they make a few changes in the game plan here and try to get points out of this drive. 1st and 10. And this will be a gain of 5 as he gets it to the 30. Defensively, Harrison Phillips there to stop him. 2 minutes remaining in this first half of football. Ball on the 30. They'll come up with a 2nd and 5. Prescott to throw it. He finds his man complete. It's Schultz. And he'll be upended at the 33 following a gain of 3. And guess what? It brings up 3rd down. Catch is made. It's Schultz on the out route. And they're going to get this down to about the 17-yard line here.
And this offense needed something to try and seize the momentum a little bit. That might have been exactly what they needed. Now they have a chance to go downfield and score and cut into the lead. A lot of times it's that first read that you have. Maybe you get it in pre-snap, and he locked in on his target, but he was covered quite well, and that one's incomplete.
An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Here's Prescott. And that's Elliott, complete. And he's going to be taken down right at the line. Now the Cowboys going to burn the first of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half. An extra defender in the secondary for the Vikings here on 3rd down. Looking to throw. Prescott. He finds his man complete. That's Schultz. And he is out of bounds. Looks like right at the 15. On 4th down, Prescott goes off, and on comes the Cowboy kicker, Brett Maher, for the field goal try. The kick by Maher is good. And the deficit falls under 20 now. It's a 19-point game. So he's been a busy man here in this first half. That's 3 field goals for him now.
And not just 3 field goals, but 3 for 3. So even though the offense has struggled a bit putting it in the end zone, they've still been able to come away with points due to his leg.
And good starting field position. He'll get this one all the way up to about the 35-yard line. The Vikings going to take over now late in this first half. And with a 3-score lead already, this is not time for a momentum change, so I'd imagine they'd be happy to just take this into the locker room. And that's caught inside the 30. Touchdown, Vikings. Justin Jefferson, 65 yards. And the Vikings will extend their lead in the final minute of the half. Joseph connects on the extra point, and the route is on here in this first half. Those are the kind of drives they like on offense, from the coordinator to the quarterback, the line, everybody. 1-play drive and into the end zone for 6. Now Joseph tees it up to kick off following the touchdown. And he won't return this one. He'll go down to a knee, and they'll start at the 25. The Cowboy offense going to head out now late in this first half. And with the score where it is, even though I think they'd love to get back to the locker room, they may be forced to try and get something out of this drive. He finds his man, complete. It's Schultz. The Cowboys going to use their second timeout now, as they'll stop it with a little over 30 seconds to go in the first half of play. On second and very short, Prescott. And he drops it incomplete, and their struggles continue here.
His back has been a dependable safety valve all game, so he went back to him when his first read was covered. Just unable to connect, so the play results in no gain.
Third and short yardage, Prescott. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. Now the offense will burn their third and final timeout as the clock will stop with 21 seconds to go here in the first half. Meanwhile, Dak's throw complete into the hands of Schultz here. And he'll be brought down just shy of the 40. A good pickup, but it will come on what should be the final play in this first half. So we've reached halftime here in Minnesota with the Vikings on top. As we'll send you down to Orlando, and we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
All right, Brandon, thanks very much. Welcome everyone to our brand new studios here in downtown Orlando in the EA Sports Halftime Report. This one is maybe not exactly in the bag yet, but there is definitely a big mountain to climb in this third quarter. The teams are already back out there, so let's not waste any time as we'll turn it back over to Brandon Godden.
All right, Coach, thank you very much. As we welcome you back for quarter number 3. The Vikings have to like their position. They've got the lead. They get this football as well as we are back and underway for the second half. And out a little across the 25 to the 27. Justin Jefferson and the rest of this offense, they've got their helmets back on, and they're ready for this next series. And I know that they've double-teamed him a couple times, but not a ton. Whatever they're doing isn't working. He's up over 100 yards. We'll see how they adjust.
And when they do that, they weaken their defense in other places as well. And how many times have we done games where we've seen a guy have a big game like this, but it's usually not by himself, is it?
Right.
Usually it opens it up for other people to have big games as well.
Oh, going for Jefferson downfield. A fight for the football, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Anthony Brown. And the Cowboys are going to take over at their own 28-yard line. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. They'll start the drive with Elliott. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up.
Well, any lane that might have been open there was closed pretty quickly, and that was because the defensive front, they won that battle at the point of attack at the line of scrimmage. They used great leverage, held their spot, and stacked him up.
And that almost their first INT of the ball game. Had his sights on it, but he couldn't seal the deal. Out of the gun now on 3rd down. He finds his man, complete. It's Schultz. That'll give him 8 that time, and that's going to make it 4th down. Here's Brian Anger now as he's on to punt for Dallas. Here comes Rager. A 39-yard punt, a return of 5, and they will take over 1st and 10. And now this offense comes back out onto the field. And we'll see if they can bounce back from that last drive in particular, if they can bounce back at the quarterback position, Charles, after throwing their first interception of the ball game.
Yeah, and some guys, you know they're going to want to try and get a big play right away and take control back. Others, they're going to want to look to hit a couple shorter passes and get a little momentum back that way.
But for the defense, that goal's not changing a bit. They want another pick.
You're exactly right about that. In fact, you've got to watch them a little bit because in coverage, they may cut down their gaps a little bit, maybe their splits a little bit in order to try and get to the ball even faster.
And from the 25, they work this to the 29, a gain of 4.
That 2nd down play call was not to pick up the 1st down. It was to accomplish what they did to get them into a manageable 3rd down because they had incompletion on 1st down, so they were behind the sticks, so to speak. They needed to make up some ground, and they did.
And he will have a Vikings 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. The partner is still in the 3rd quarter, but they've got this one well in hand and still airing it out with gusto and picking up some nice gains.
And even in lopsided games like this, you don't really see starters get lifted or the foot come off the gas before the fourth quarter. No one wants to leave any doubt when they're playing well. They just want to continue the process.
It's caught inside the 25. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. That one good for 37 yards.
That's a well-thrown ball right there. This is where arm strength pays off because he's got to be able to get the ball both downfield and to the sideline. And that's one of the more difficult throws for a quarterback, and he put it right where it needed to be.
This one caught. It's the tight end, Hawkinson. And the Vikings are going to have a first and goal as the tackle is made at about the 5.
How about the way they're moving the ball down the field? They had a big play a moment ago, followed it up with another nice one here, and before you know it, they're already looking at first and goal.
And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Minnesota. Dalvin Cook, a 5-yard touchdown run. And the Vikings are pouring it on. Joseph connects on the extra point, and the lead grows even larger here in the third quarter. Now Joseph tees it up to kick off following the touchdown. And he'll just sit on this one. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. Well, we're still in the third quarter, so there's some time to kind of clean this up and make it look more respectable now. A win, that's probably gone out the window, Charles, but I don't know. Do you look at this as a time to just improve and maybe start to look towards the future?
I think you have to find something to play for, something to grasp onto until the clock runs out. But, Brandon, we've been around this game a long time. This is an outlier. You don't get many blowouts like this no matter how the game looks on paper going in. This one has turned out to be everyone's worst nightmare realized.
To throw again on second down. Prescott, and this will be incomplete.
From the snap, he certainly looked like he knew where he wanted to go with the ball, but surprise, that guy was covered. So that took his attention elsewhere to no avail.
From the shotgun, it's Prescott. The Vikings after him, and they get there for the sack. Zadarius Smith able to get in there for his second sack of the afternoon. Here's Brian Anger now, as he'll punt it away for the fourth time today. They call that a punt of 38 yards officially, and out will come the offense as they take over. And now out comes Minnesota. For this offense, Charles, remember the last time they were out here, marched it nearly the full length of the football field, and a lot of the attack went through the air, so now they're seeing if they can duplicate that performance.
Okay, if I show my age a little bit, partner, because I can hear my high school coach, John Ford. I can hear his voice in my head. Laddie, when you put the ball in the air, 3 things can happen, and 2 of them are bad. But the way the game's being played now, this is just part of what they do, so I don't think they should change anything at all. They've been dominant. Keep throwing it around.
And this will be a Vikings first down as the tackle made at about the 38. 57 yards rushing for him now with a couple of touchdown runs to boot. Cousins on first down. Swinging this out wide here for Cook. And they're going to get this up to midfield. So it was already a gain on the completion, but tack on some more with that penalty.
Absolutely, and no matter what angle you're making the tackle from, you can't grab the face mask, and that's just putting your defense on its heels just a little bit more.
And now it's 1st and 10, a big mistake, especially when you factor in the personal foul yardage. Cook following the penalty, and he is going to lose yardage here. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
Sometimes you just sit back and marvel at what he can do defensively. Speed, strength, quickness, he's the whole package. And that package just wrapped up the runner for a loss.
Cousins throw taken in by Hawkinson here. He's going to go out of bounds, but he takes this one down just shy of the 20. They get 14 there. First down, Vikings. Here's Cousins. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down. Glad to have you with us from Minneapolis. Third quarter here, 2nd and 10. Back to the ground, Cook. And he'll keep it moving down to the 15-yard line. They get 7 out of that, so they're left with a 3rd and 3.
That was a really nice run there to bring up 3rd and short. After the incompletion on 1st down, it's awfully nice to have a running back that you can hand it to and put you back in a good situation.
And he's able to pick up the 1st down before he's tackled right at the 10. Give him the 3rd down conversion, 5 yards on the play.
Looks to me like maybe there's a little attrition setting in with this drive, because when you see that type of a run, I get the feeling the defense getting a little bit tired.
And that's the last thing they need, especially when they look up at the scoreboard. And the stop will come inside the 5 at the 4. A good run of 6 yards there gets him closer to the goal line with 2nd down coming up. Now they'll put a receiver in motion left. On 2nd and goal, Cousins, and it's caught. Only 3 yards there on the completion. That'll lead to a 3rd and goal.
That was an okay hook up there with his tight end, but unfortunately, they didn't get the kind of yards they had hoped for. That's going to bring up 3rd down.
They'll run for it with Cook. A loss of a yard, and it brings up 4th.
There have not been a lot of great moments for this defense throughout this game. Finally, they have one they can hang their hat on. A nice stop there.
So with a 4th and goal looming, we hit the end of 3 quarters of play. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Now receiver in motion left. Fourth down, Cousins. And they hit him as he throws, as this one's going to go straight down to the turf. Incomplete. An incompletion there on 4th and goal from the 3. Now this Cowboy defense comes up with a goal line stand. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. And he'll take this up to about the 7 or 8 yard line. It's Cameron Dantzler who got him down. The first down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5. He'll look to throw. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down. This offense so far on 3rd down, not so hot. 2 for 9 to this point. This will be 3rd and 5. Zadarius Smith getting him once again his 3rd sack of the afternoon. Here's Brian Anger now as he's on for the 5th time here today. And he'll just punch it out of there, and it's not a great kick. So possession goes over here on the punt. And the Vikings, they'll be set up well as they take over in great field position. 1st and 10. Now this offense back out and set to go for their next drive. You just kind of feel for the defense right now, this deficit. They have not been able to stop them the entire game, Charles. And some hands on hips, some long faces out there on the defensive side. They're like, oh my gosh, we got to face these guys again here.
Yeah, people don't understand how hard it is when you're on the side that's being dominated to keep your head up and continue to play hard. And that's what they're going through right now, trying to find that pride inside of them to allow them to continue to fight, even though they are down huge in this game.
From the 41, Cousins. Oh, he's going to let this go for the end zone. He's got his man. It's taken in for a Viking touchdown. Justin Jefferson, his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And the Vikings continue to pour it on here in the 4th. Well, they just continue to roll. And, Charles, for you and I, we want the close games, but for them, it has to be so nice to enjoy this big cushion.
I can't remember the last time we saw them play this loose and have this much fun. I think they'd love to be able to capture this game, carry it with them from week to week, and be able to execute like this in all the rest of their games.
Joseph connects on the extra point. And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to that big lead. Now to kick off following the touchdown. And they'll put up the stop sign there as his guys will get it at the 25. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. Well, we said it at halftime that they would need a nearly perfect second half to erase that deficit that they were facing, CD. But unfortunately, the second half has pretty much been a carbon copy of the first.
Yeah, that early lead was almost insurmountable the way their opponent was playing. And, partner, they do have some good news, though. This one is getting close to being over.
Oh, that's into a sea of bodies, and it's intercepted. Picked up by the linebacker, Jordan Hicks. And the Vikings are going to take possession of the football. Yet another mistake after the interception there. And, gosh, you look up at the scoreboard. They just got to be thinking this one cannot get over fast enough.
It certainly can't. And also what happens when you get this big of a deficit, you're supposed to make all the right throws, right? You're supposed to try and obviously get the ball to your own guys. But being down this big, you also take even more chances. And in this situation, that hasn't paid off for them at all.
On the other sideline, jubilation and laughter. Another tote for the workhorse this afternoon. It's Cook. And he's going to bull his way down to about the 1-yard line. 78 yards rushing for him now in the ball game. Good yardage on first down. Now can they punch it in on second and goal? Again, it's Cook. And he will take this one into the end zone for a Viking, punching it in from a yard away. And the Vikings take the interception on defense and convert it into 6 points. Joseph connects on the extra point. And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to that big lead. Now Joseph tees it up to kick off following the touchdown. And it'll come out to the 25 as he will not attempt a return. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. So now, Charles, this drive maybe a touch more important, trying to erase the memory of that interception they had the last time out.
Yeah, and everyone goes through this because even the best in the game, you're going to have games where it just doesn't go right for you and interceptions result. So, frankly, to me, it's all about how you respond, not just the types of plays that you call, but how you carry yourself, how you show your team that you're still with it, and how you continue to lead.
Now this one to his tight end out on the right side. It's a pickup of 12, and that'll set up a third down. And with that last play, he's now up over that 300-yard mark.
And in today's NFL, it almost feels routine. And I hate that when you talk about a 300-yard passing game. To me, 300 yards still signifies excellence.
He's got a man complete. And they've got it well across midfield down to the 40 before it's all said and done. So the big play moves him all the way across midfield to the 40 now for 1st and 10. They'll drop to throw. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And the Vikings pick up the football. And they get the football. They'll set up shop at their own 49-yard line. And I don't know that that fumble is going to matter a whole lot. You look at the deficit here in the 4th. It doesn't matter. The coach on the sideline still scratching his head.
Yeah, not only scratching his head, but probably writing a note or two about, we're going to...
And now this is intercepted. My goodness. Picked up by Trayvon Diggs. And the Cowboys will have the football as this is taken up past the 30. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. Following the interception, here's Prescott. Throw left side complete. That's Schultz. Will go down as a gain of 6, and it'll be 2nd down. He'll look to throw. And this throw a bit late as he couldn't reach back for it. Now they face a 3rd down and 4 after that incompletion on 2nd down. Prescott from the gun. They're looking for Lamb, but it's intercepted. And he's got Rome. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown.
Shut him down! Shut him down! Let's do this!
Well, this one was already ugly, and now it's just kind of becoming a feast on the defensive side of the football.
Yeah, partner, this is a unit that knows they've got this game in the bag with this huge lead. These guys are going to be freewheeling now. All of them are going to take chances, and that one pays off with an INT and a return for 6.
And he'll just take a seat, and the drive will begin at the 25-yard line. Dallas offense set for this next drive. Where we stand right now in the fourth quarter, this one pretty much out of reach. And, Charles, I know they're going to be disappointed about several things with this ball game, but the self-inflicted wounds, they've had several turnovers. You would have to think that's going to be something they're going to discuss heavily in the film session in the coming days.
You're absolutely right about that, partner, because they're going to have to sit in that film room and watch every error that they made and figure out how to not do it in the future. And mentally, I think a lot of the guys are already starting to think about, okay, how do we put this behind us and get better for the next time out? This, they'll use as motivation for the rest of the time that they play to hopefully never be in this type of situation again.
And this play will be blown up. He'll lose yardage back at the 38. 38-yard line, 2nd and 11. Prescott off play action. And he's going to be intercepted for the 3rd time thus far. Picked off by Harrison Smith. And the Vikings are going to take possession of the football. Trying to shake off the interception. Pass to Thielen, complete on the comebacker. And he works it past the 30, almost to the 25. Give him 18 there and give the Vikings a first down. They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. First down, here's Cousins. Throw caught there by Osborne. And he will get into the end zone. It's another touchdown. This thing is ugly. Well, they mentioned this week, Charles, they had a couple kinks on offense that they wanted to fix. I would say they're pretty well fixed.
There's no doubt about that. I mean, just about everything they've run has been successful in this one. And if I'm the defensive coordinator, I'm done with this, right? I have no answers for anything. In fact, I'd probably send a note to the clock operator. Let it run.
Now Joseph tees it up to kick off following the touchdown. And they'll put up the stop sign there as his guys will get it at the 25. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. They're sort of seeing themselves spiral out of control. Let's see if they can get things back on track.
And this is where the coach is walking that line of being calm and really being firm with his team. I had one tell me once, when we were having a tough patch, this too shall pass, this too shall pass. And finally, we kept having a rough patch. He said, but you've got to do something to make it pass. And that's what they have to do. They've got to get some control back, get themselves reasserted, and calm things down.
See if they can get calm and reassert themselves here. He finds his man, complete. It's Schultz. And he'll get this up past the 25 before he's out of bounds. So 7 yards from the first down here as they come up to the line of scrimmage. On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. Oh, had his hands on it, couldn't bring it in. Pretty symptomatic of how this game's been going. Here's Brian Anger now as they're forced to kick for the 6th time today. And he'll be out of bounds across the 30-yard line. A 7-yard return following a punt of 45 yards. And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over. Throwing here, Cousins. And that's caught inside the 35. And they are going to score again. Yet another touchdown as they just add to their totals. Well, Charles, they had the comfortable lead, and now it's even more comfortable. Another score here in the 4th quarter to grow that lead.
Bart, I think your initial reaction is surprise when you see a team piling it on this late in the blowout. But there are plenty of coaches who also think that if you pull up completely and stop trying to play the game, it shows disrespect to their opponent. So they don't want to embarrass them. They continue to let their players go for it.
And this will not be returned. It'll come out to the 25. And now here come the Cowboys. Well, CD, it's all window dressing at this point. I mean, the best they can do is end the game with a nice drive to maybe build some momentum to move forward into their next contest.
Yeah, with how lopsided this game has been, even one score might not do a lot of cosmetic good on the scoreboard, partner, because it's just about looking forward at this point. Get a touchdown here, give yourself some positive momentum and reps to focus on when you get back to practice in the next couple of days.
He finds his man, complete. It's Schultz. They'll wind up getting just a yard out of it. And now it's 3rd and 3. Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the first. Prescott now. And that's going to be incomplete. The contact there enough to jar that ball free. And it brings up 4th down. Here's Brian Anger now as he's on to punt for Dallas. It's taken to the 26. And just a net of 31 here. 40-yard punt, 9 on the return. There's a glimpse of Justin Jefferson, the wide receiver, as he and the Minnesota Vikings return back here on offense. This defense, they wouldn't mind not seeing him again for a while. And that's caught inside the 30. And they're going to get this down to about the 17-yard line here.
No let up in this passing game. They've been a well-oiled machine throughout. And actually saw a few guys on the sidelines at the end of the 3rd quarter doing the old hold up 4 fingers college sign, meaning the 4th quarter is ours. And they certainly weren't kidding.
And he'll go down here at the 12-yard line. And what are the whistles for? Timeout. So they'll stop the clock here in a game that's been decided in the closing seconds. The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. Cousins here to throw. Oh, a strip. The ball comes out. It's picked up by the Cowboys. And they are going to take over right there at the 22-yard line.
With no running backs in the backfield to help pass protect, all the receivers in their patterns, these are going to be hot routes. If they sense a blitz or pressure on the quarterback, they've got to be prepared to break routes off early and get the football. In this case, never even had a chance. They popped the ball free in the backfield.
And as this defense walks off the field, they can do so with their heads held high. What a performance by the offense, too. I mean, really, Charles, just complete domination on both sides of the football here in this one.
Certainly was, and I think both sides compete against each other all the time. We go to each other in practice, obviously your training camps, your off